Alright guys, Wednesday morning I think it is. Up in the shop, gonna sand this tabletop, get rid of this excess epoxy, probably work on the leaves, get those all fitted and stuff. And then once that's all taken care of, it's gonna be time to start working on the base. Have to start milling the lumber for that and picking that out and stuff. So, anyways, it is a rainy day in northwestern Pennsylvania. That's alright. Let's get to sanding. Alright guys, got the top all sanded. It's at 80 grit right now. I used my belt sander. I started with 40 grit and went up to 80. And I think I'm going to leave it there for right now because this thing's pretty heavy and I know moving it around I'm probably going to ding it up and I don't want to put too nice of a surface on it yet. But I think next, I think I'm going to start working on the leaves. Getting those things fit and all that crap. Alright, so I got a leaf in place here, and if this thing's holding it up now, it's going to be just fine later because this thing is super heavy and I'm going to relieve the underside of it and make it lighter and be able to have it sit flush with the top. So, I guess I have to figure out how to do that. So I think to remove the waste from the bottom of these leaves, I'm going to use this guy. This is a sled that I don't use very often, but it's kind of cool. It's an adjustable width dado sled. So it's got this sacrificial part on it that slides, and you can adjust it to any width of your blade and still get zero clearance. And I think I can fit these leaves in here. Let's try it. Well, it fits. Time to cut some mortises for floating tenons. Let's do it. Alright guys, let's talk for just a minute about what I've done here, because I've been getting a lot of questions about why I call these breadboard ends and how they act as breadboard ends because of the way that I'm using them. So, you saw when I was cutting these, the domino was on the wide setting, but I also cut about 3 additional millimeters on either side of the line to make this mortise real wide. So when the tabletop expands and contracts, it's going to be able to do that around this tenon. On the breadboard part itself, that's all the tight setting. Like, these are going to be in there and they're going to be tight. And this table is going to expand and contract around that. But they're also tight vertically, so it's going to, since it'll be glued into here and it'll be tight and it fits snugly into here vertically, it's going to keep the tabletop flat just like traditional breadboard end joinery would. I'm only doing 3. If I decide I need to do more, I will. I'm going to start with 3 because sometimes they can be hard to pull out and, you know, use the actual extending feature. Let's see how it works. And so there you go. Now the breadboard end is flush with the tabletop, and you saw how I had to force it together. I'm going to wax those pins, and it'll be a lot easier later on. But that's because vertically they're tight in those mortises, and that's going to provide the strength from this board to keep the tabletop flat. But horizontally, there's some slop in there so that when this top expands and contracts, it'll be able to do so around those pins. Hope that helps. And so the leaf works exactly the same way. I've got tight mortises on one end that the dominoes get glued into, and loose mortises on the other end that accept the dominoes from the breadboard end. And the ones that are in the tight setting go into here. Watch. There it is! So I wanted to talk about something just real quick. Maybe in the last couple of vlogs you've noticed that some of my shots have been framed kind of weird and aren't, you know, quite the way they used to be. It's because I had an accident over the weekend with a router bit. I was cutting the dovetail grooves on the bottom of the table, and I don't know if you can see it, but a piece of the carbide broke and came flying off of this thing and hit my phone directly over the front-facing camera. And the front-facing camera is the one that I use to, you know, establish all of my shots and stuff because it's very easy. I can see it on the screen. Right now I'm using the camera in the back. I can't see anything. So let me show you, or try to show you, the piece that broke off of this thing. Focus. There we go. You can see that guy broke right off of there. So this is made by a company called PrecisionBits.com. The brand is Yonico or something like that. They're very inexpensive bits. But the company really went above and beyond to like help me out here. They're paying to fix my phone, which is way more than I'd expected them ever to do. And you know, we had a little bit of a discussion about it, and you know, everything's fine. I didn't hit anything. I didn't hit like a knot or, you know, metal or anything like that. I was doing a climb cut, which isn't obviously the best thing to do. But if you know how to do it, and you set up properly to do it, it should be fine. Like, you shouldn't break a bit doing a climb cut. But anyways, everything is good now. Still not entirely sure why the bit broke, but great customer service over there. I dig it, and they're doing everything they can to make it better. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Alright guys, so speaking of my phone screen, the new one came. You can see how this one looks. This is the camera that I usually film with. It's all crazy looking and the glass is all broken. So let's swap these guys out. Hopefully I can do it without ruining things. I'm pretty good at it. And then I'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright guys, that's it. Check it out. I fixed my screen. And that is awesome. Good to go. Alright. See you tomorrow.